What's going on, everybody? We are back. After a 1-week hiatus, the bros and broettes have spoken. They're like, you motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. So we are back for you guys. Today is May 1st, 2019. And I am at the round table of testosterone, which is actually a square because there is a leaf in the middle of the table. To my right, we have the butcher, the baker, the donut maker, Joey, Bag of Donuts. What's up, Joe?
Another one.
To his right, we have the Pody, the host of This Week in Sports, Ant. What's up, Ant? To his right, we have a very special guest in the house. Today, we have Robert Frank 615's new diet coach, meal prep coach, life mentor, and the person that's going to tell me how bad of a job I've done over these past 4 weeks, Tony Mashalany in the house. What's up, Tony?
Everyone.
All right, to his right, and we'll be getting to you, believe me, all throughout this show, but to his right, wait, that is your right, right? Yeah, to his right, we...
Dress for prom.
This outfit is killing me. If you guys are in the live stream right now on YouTube, this motherfucker, let me paint the picture for all you podcast listeners. He's got on a fucking a shirt, vest, tie, and his gold fang fucking baseball cap.
Gotta stay branded, kid.
I hear that. So, he is the Jack Man with the permanent tan, Ray Worldwide. What's up, Ray?
What's going on? And to my defense, I had some worldwide business to take care of today. So everybody in the building, let's get it, let's go!
Yes, sir. And like I said, we are back. I was going to do a solo podcast yesterday or Monday, just kind of explaining what happened last week, going over everything that I was feeling, and the reason why we skipped last week. But I was like, you know what, that shit's boring. So maybe we'll get into a little bit of that tonight. But I do got to pay some bills because we have a very special guest in the house, and I want to get all of this out of the way right now. And live stream, I will be with you in just one moment. We are going to be announcing the winner of the Caption contest on Robert Frank 615 Instagram page that I did last Wednesday, I believe. And we will be announcing the winner in just a moment. But for you bros and broettes that use Steel supplements, the new discount code is RF10. R is in Robert, F is in Frank, 10. That is the new code as of today moving forward. So if you're trying to use the old RF615, it is not going to work for you. Make sure you're using RF10. So if you need pre-workout, post-workout, dick pills, andros, fat burners, BCAAs, protein, whatever the fuck you need, go to steelsup615.com. and use the RF10 discount code. Also, with Steel, we have a new option for all you broke motherfuckers out there. All you broke-ass college students out there. And I'm just kidding, because I was broke not too long ago myself, so I'm not trolling. But there's a new option at checkout. It's called Sezzle, Sezzle. What that is going to do is if you're making a big purchase, or if you're making any purchase, it will break your payments up into fours. So you do not have to pay the whole thing right away, but you get your product right away. So if you're buying, let's just say, an Andro stack and some protein, and it comes out to $200, you use the Sezzle option, you get your shit shipped right away, and your payments will be broken down into fours. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe a payment is due every other week. So it gives you a little bit of space. You don't have to pay all right away if you don't have the money. So make sure you guys check out the Sezzle option. Also, today I was browsing I think it was Twitter. Andy247, Andy Wilson, I correct myself, 247, says that he is going to BodyPower, which we are as well. And he's like, hey man, could you shout me out on the podcast? He's a big podcast fan. So Andy Wilson 247, I saw your shout out, brother. And here it is. So shout out to you. Which brings me to now BodyPower. We will be there. Myself, Ray Worldwide, Jimmy Triceps, and Beard So Strong. We will be at the Robert Frank / Steel Supplements booth. There we go. Booth, I believe it's number 25. But I will give you I'll give you the rundown right before we leave once we get there when we know exactly where we're going to be. I'm trying to finagle into getting a bigger booth while we're there. But anyways, we will be there. We're bringing merch. So bring your fucking money. Bring your cell phones. Bring your cameras because we're taking pics. We can sword fight in the bathroom. Whatever the fuck you want to do, we will do it. So that's BodyPower coming up May 10th through 12th of 2019. We leave next Wednesday. So guys, next Wednesday there's no podcast. But I'm going to see if I can convince the bros to do a podcast on Tuesday just so we don't skip another week. And a couple more things to do. If you guys need that merch, you know where to go. RobertFrank615.com. And if you guys need a personalized shout-out, a cameo, a birthday shout-out, a gym motivation, whatever the fuck you need, you can go to cameo.com/RobertFrank615.com. I think it's that. No, it's cameo.com/RobertFrank615. You know what I mean. And I will give you guys a personalized shout-out. And that's it. So, Tony, welcome to the show. Let me jump into this live stream on YouTube because I know people are going to have some questions. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. I'm excited to be here with all you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show. Now, you are looking massive as fuck right now. How much do you weigh?
Probably about 280, 285.
Damn it. And how tall are you?
5'10" on a good day.
God damn.
I feel like an infant sitting next to this
I
guy.
wish you guys, I mean, the
It's
live stream.
disgusting.
The live
how
stream can
small I
see it,
feel.
but for you podcast listeners that are trying to visualize, Ray Worldwide is sitting next to Tony, and he looks like a child. Joey brought up a good point. What does it remind you of?
The Iranian Hulk.
Right. Well, yeah, we did say that, but it reminded you of another one of the bros. That,
Of Jimmy Triceps standing next to, in his most recent picture he posted on Instagram, of himself, Guy Cisternino, Jay Cutler, and
Sean Roden.
Sean Roden, the newest Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, Jimmy was
Looking like a baby next to them.
Jimmy was looking rather tiny. He got out angled in that picture. I feel like.
He ain't out angling.
Listen,
they got
listen.
100 pounds minimum on him.
To Jimmy's defense, Guy, Jay, and Sean Roden out-angled the fuck out of Jimmy. Never, listen, and I know this better than anybody. What do you guys always tell me? When two people want to come up and take a picture with you at the same time, never go in the middle.
In the middle.
But that's where they want me. That's where people want me. You know, what am I going to do? Stand on the corner and whatever. So you're never going to win if you're standing, if you're in the middle. So let me get this caption contest out of the way because I promised everyone that I would get this over with within the first 5 minutes of the podcast. Now, last week I posted a picture of myself looking like I was getting ready to take a shit. And, I had the bandana on, I had the beard going, I had no shirt on, and I said, caption this picture. You must use the phrase Tremboloni sandwich and bubble butt slut in the caption. Why are there 8,500 comments? And out of the 8,500, 8,000 of them did not use bubble butt slut or Tremboloni sandwich in the fucking... Nobody fucking reads. They just see caption contest, stop reading, and want to get their caption in. So... I took into consideration everyone's comment, and I was like, okay, I have to look at the picture and then read the comment, and it all has to make sense. So I took that into account as well. So without any further ado, for the live stream, I have a $100 Visa gift card right in front of me. This is going out to you, the winner. You're going to get a podcast hoodie, Glorious House Gainz podcast hoodie. You're also going to get a Swole is the Goal Size of the Prize t-shirt. And this Visa gift card, and a bottle's worth of Hard AF. I thought I had an extra bottle laying around the house. I used it on my side piece. I do not have it anymore. So I'm going to give you 10 sample packets, which equal a bottle. So,
dude, that's what, a $300 value?
It's close to $300, yes. Because a bottle of Hard AF, I think, is $70. The podcast hoodie's $40. The t-shirt's $23, and a $100 Visa gift card. So when you add all that up, it's close. It's close.
Look.
So, without any further ado, can we get a drum roll, please? Ryan underscore R5... I'm sorry, let me start over. Ryan underscore R1515. His comment was, okay, I'm done with my Tremboloni sandwich. Now this thing ain't gonna suck itself, you bubble butt slut. I thought that was glorious.
You would love something like that.
I thought that was amazing. So, Ryan underscore R1515 on Instagram, you have 48 hours from the time this podcast airs to hit me up in the DM letting me know that you won. I'm not going to reach out to you. You have to reach out to me. If you do not reach out to me within the 48 hours, I'm going to pick the next best. I have 5 of them chosen. So, If the next person doesn't win, I'm going to go to the next one. So Ryan_R1515, 48 hours, time is ticking. So let me get into this live stream here. So Tony, you're about 280 right now. You're 5'10". What the fuck, bro? Like, how does someone get that? Because I'm 5'10"-ish. Why am I only like $198 right now, bro? What the fuck? How are you 100 pounds heavier than me? Is it genetics? Is it what? The food? The meals?
I guess because I was a fat kid when I was younger. I don't know.
Well, we'll get into that in a second, and I'll tell the story briefly. I'm just chiming into the live stream right now because I think I have some super chats that I'm behind. Am I right, Pody?
Yeah.
Is there a couple super chats? There's one coming in from T4R Mafia, $2 super chat. So the pity party is over and the podcast is back. It wasn't a pity party. That I'll explain eventually. Anthony Brooks with $1 super chat. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. T4R Mafia. $1 super chat from Anthony Brooks. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And let's see. Anthony Brooks with another $1. Thank you, Anthony. And that's it for now. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure you leave it in the podcast. And so when I first met you, Tony, this was years ago, and we did a video together. I'm sure you remember this. It was, I think, a back workout.
Yeah, it was.
On my YouTube channel, if you search way back to like 2014-ish, it was back day with the MPC because you, my buddy Frank, who's one of my barbers, who else was in that video? I feel like maybe Esteban.
Maybe, yeah.
Another guy that used to go to Retro. So we all did back together. And of course, I'm the smallest motherfucker out of the crew. And these motherfuckers are just giant. But when I first met Tony, we really didn't talk. Like, I would see you, but like we never, I think we kind of got connected because of Frank. We had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And Frank would always tell me while he was cutting my hair, he's like, Tony is like thinking about competing. Tony is like really getting into shape. We're killing our workouts. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that fat motherfucker that works at Retro? Like, I didn't think you looked like nothing to me. You just looked like you had shape. You could tell that if you put work into it, you could definitely be something. But you did not look like you do now. So that was maybe what, 2013, 2014? Is that when you really started to kick it in
Yeah, that was before my first show. So I was kind of working out, just trying to figure out what works for me, kind of. And I was always like a bigger guy. Like in college, I was like 240, 250, kind of fat, but I was always powerlifting too.
Okay.
So when I met Frank, he convinced me to do my first show. And after like 6 months, 8 months worth of like bodybuilding training, that's when you came along, and that's when I really first started.
Yeah, that's when I like first started my YouTube channel, and I'm like, you know what, because I really didn't know what direction I wanted to go on my channel. I was doing a lot of CrossFit trolling. We were doing like a lot of gym skits and stuff, but people were always like, hey, can we fucking get some workout videos? So I'm like, well, nobody wants to watch me work out, so might as well work out with, the guys that are doing this, pretty much as their secondary job. I mean, you guys always had like side jobs and stuff that you worked, but the bodybuilding was definitely like another career path. Hopefully you were thinking down the line, right?
Yeah. I mean, the goal is always to go to the top.
Yep.
Olympia is definitely like one of my goals. I think I can get there at some point. It's going to be my first time going to the Olympia this year.
Okay, so you are going to go this year.
Yeah, I am going to go for the first time.
Nice.
So I'm super excited for that.
I think we'll be there as well, right? Don't we normally go every year around that time?
Yeah, I've been there. At least I've been there since 2010 every year. But Rob and I just started going probably the last 2 or 3 years. I want to say we've gone. Olympia is awesome. Have you ever been there at all?
I've never been to Vegas. Never
what?
been to Olympia. Yeah, so
dude,
it's
if you're
really
diced and peeled for that time of the year, come Sunday, which is when Expo's over basically, and it's like all the chicks come out to the pools.
Joe,
oh my God.
Why would you invite this gorilla to hang out with us?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking hang out with you when you're all ripped up down
Because,
there.
dude, it's like fishing with dynamite. He's going to bring them in. They're going to be like, look at that big man. I'm coming over there.
Jeez.
Well, the good thing is Tony, and I asked you right before we started the show, I was like, it's okay to say that you're engaged, right? And congratulations on that, by the way.
You're not engaged in Vegas. Listen. Just come with us to Vegas.
We're going to use Tony as like clickbait
He's
to
bait.
fucking bring the chicks
Yeah,
over.
Exactly.
I feel like I don't even lift sit next to this guy.
Yeah.
Especially in that outfit. It's very slimming on you.
It really is. So if you guys go back, just a couple months ago, we did a video. It was Dial a Booty. That was the video that we did where Tony's fiance starred as Italian Booty in that video. So she made her Robert Frank 615 video debut a couple months ago. That was a really good video. I love that video. But yeah, so Olympia's coming, and not competing in it obviously this year, but you're just going to go just to get around the atmosphere and just see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's my first time, so meeting all the top pros is going to be fun. Being at the expo is going to be fun. Now that I know that you're going to be there, it's going to be fun too.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Arnold?
No.
Any expo at all?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's very motivating. It really is, especially for someone
Wait till
like
you
you.
go.
Don't look at Ray's taking his shirt off because he
boy.
wants to start.
Oh,
he
man.
feels
He wants the competition.
his self-esteem right now.
I gotta
is-
show the people out there how massive he is.
Yo, this is awesome right now.
This is actually going to destroy my ego.
all the expos, though, are very motivating. You'll see all the... I mean, these people are...
Look, I can disappear behind him. Can you see me?
Right
Behind my
now.
fat head.
Right now, Ray is standing behind. Ray, you do know that this is
Flex
basically a
forward.
radio show,
Flex.
right? Nobody can see this.
That's not basically a radio show.
It is a radio show. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. And listen, dude, fucking walking up and down the aisles, and it's almost like... See, for me, it's different because you go from being like a fan of these people. Like you sit on YouTube and you watch everybody's YouTube channel. You know, your Mark Lobliner, your Cali Muscle. I'm just thinking of people off the top of my head that are like fitness industry, top of the line, Mark Bell, these type of people who have their own YouTube channels, and you see them, you sit in your house or on your cell phone and you watch them on YouTube. And then you go to an expo and, oh shit, there's Mark Lobliner. Oh shit, there's Simeon Panda. Oh shit, there's CT Fletcher. Like, you're in the same room with them. It's like, it's crazy. But when we went to FitCon 2 years ago was when the Robert Frank brand really started to take off, and FitCon asked us to go as like a social media personality. They sandwiched me. My booth was right in between Simeon Panda and CT Fletcher. Now, imagine how I felt. And I'm just like, dude, I can't believe this. And both of them had lines out the fucking door because they were huge megastars.
Yeah.
I had maybe combined between all my social media platforms, maybe 400,000 followers, if that. Instagram was like 200. Facebook was like 150, maybe 50 on YouTube. So people knew who I was. They saw my face on World Star, Unilat, something like that. But they really didn't know who I was back then. And here's Simeon Panda with a fucking line wrapped around the building. Yeah. CT Fletcher, line wrapped around the building. Ronnie Coleman was there. Sean Roden was there. Michelle Lewin was there. Jen Selter was there. Am I forgetting anybody huge, Joe, that was there at
Sergi
the FitCon?
Constance.
Sergi Constance, Lazar. All
That's
your
some good
like
company.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. But speaking of Jen Selter and Michelle Lewin, one of the things that we like to do, and I know I'm kind of skipping around here, and we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast in a moment. But what we like to do is we like to do a little segment called FMK. Fuck, marry, kill. Now, we understand that you're engaged, and this has no reflection on your engagement, but if Tony Mascialani was a single man, and this engagement never existed, and you had to pick between Paige Hathaway, who's fitness model, bubble butt, slut, whatever the fuck you call her, ex-Shreds model, Jen Selter, and Michelle Lewin. You have to pick those three. Which one are you banging? Which one are you marrying? Which one are you killing?
Oh, man.
And it sucks that you don't have like a picture in front of you, so you're just visualizing what you remember their last photo looking like. But again, Paige Hathaway, Jen Selter, Michelle Lewin.
I think I'm going to have to go with Michelle Lewin. I would marry. I think she's the sexiest one.
Okay. I would agree.
I'd fuck Paige Hathaway, and I'd kill Jen Selter.
Okay. Jen
Sorry,
Selter has
Ray.
the littlest fucking ankles in the world, right?
ankles. That's the thing that you remember is her ankle.
Because, dude, we were with her at FitCon, and the way, like, she's a good-looking girl. She's got an amazing body. But her fucking ankles were like toothpicks. And she had on, like, these leggings, which featured her butt perfectly. It was amazing. But, yeah, that's what sticks out in my head is her fucking ankles. So, yeah, okay. I'm coming out of the closet, guys. I am gay. I'm, all right, so let's get into this. So, Tony, the reason why we had you on is, number one, 700 followers on Instagram. I don't know what you have on Facebook. I don't know if you have a Twitter yet. I know we talked in the past about get yourself out there because, dude, you are, and you heard it here first, and you probably have heard this from people a lot bigger than me and people more in the industry. You are something that's going to be up and coming over the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. You're fucking massive. At how old are you right now? 24?
I just turned 26.
26. Okay. 26 years old. Dude, you're going places. So I wanted to have you on the podcast so when you're out there making billions of dollars, you can remember little Robert Frank. You're like, yo, he put me on his podcast way back when. But people need to know who you are. They need to know you. You need more than 700 Instagram followers. You need more than I see all these people that are just they're nobodies and they just have a following because of nothing. You're actually someone that puts in work. You look the part. You're fucking massive. You're smart as hell. And the reason why I reached out to you. And I was like, listen, I need you to get me ready for BodyPower. I could have went to Jason Huh, who owns Steel. Jason was a competitive bodybuilder. And motherfucker could write me a diet in his sleep, probably. I could have went to anybody. I know so many people in the industry that I've met, that I've been fortunate enough to meet and know what they're doing. But you are a local guy. I could call you. I could text you. We could train together. I could do this. I could do that. And I trust you because I've seen the people that you've worked with. You posted a transformation picture of some of your clients that you had a couple of months ago. Some of the kids that work at Diesel, yeah. I think the overnight guy, the guy with the kid with the Justin with the glasses. A couple of other people that I know you've worked with, and their transformations were night and day. And I know it's because of working with you and just going through all the, the meal prep and whatever. So I said, Tony, write me a fucking diet. I need something that I can follow. Like, if I try to make up a diet on my own, I'm going to keep fucking up. But if you tell me to eat something, I'm going to eat it to the T. I'm going to follow every direction. So at the time, I was about 210 pounds. And I was, oh God, I don't know how much body fat. But you saw what I looked like. I was retaining a lot of water. We all know that I'm dying. I mean, I've been pissing iced tea colored urine for about the last month or so. I'm just holding on to a crazy amounts of water. I'm a bad boy on the weekends. I can't watch my diet. I drink way too much. I'm drinking right now, and it's a fucking Wednesday night. But I was 210, and I was like, I need to... I know I'm not going to look like a competitive bodybuilder. That's not my goal, but I want to look better. So what did you do? You just took my weight and said, all right, you want to be 200, let's say, and what did you do? You just created the macros based on that?
Yeah, so pretty much what I do for everyone. I get an understanding of normally how they eat on a day-to-day basis.
You did ask me that. You were like, what do you like to eat? And I think I gave you like everything, like what my normal day would look like, and you just create around that.
So after I find that out, how many days you working out, things like that, just so I get an idea of how many calories you may be burning too. And then I create a little formula of how many carbs you should be eating, protein, fat. I'm of the mindset of low fat, moderate carbs, high protein, and then I adjust it based off of your look.
Okay.
From there, it's kind of like on a week by week or bi-weekly basis. We just kind of check in and see what's going on, see what kind of adjustments. If something's not working for you, we swap it out and keep going.
Now, I was a special case because everybody knows this, that I have two bad shoulders. Both of my arms have shoulder torn rotator, or partially torn rotator cuff, biceps tendonitis in both arms. So the training is not as intense as it used to be 5 years ago, like when I used to do the 130s for a ride on the incline, bro. No, if I'm doing the 30s for a ride on the incline these days, that's a lot. So my training is a lot different. I just said I have a lot of bad habits on the weekend. I can't control myself. It's just, I don't know if it's. I'm not going to blame it on the lifestyle because that's not like what lifestyle. That's not a lifestyle. But I need to drink. I think I'm an alcoholic. I think I need to.
You think?
I think I need to check myself into some kind of therapy. But I told you on the weekends,
Take that ass to Carrier Clinic.
dude, mozzarella sticks, chicken quesadillas, buffalo wings, you name it. What was that, Pody?
Scooter.
Sorry. Marissa's up there?
Scootmobile upstairs.
Sounds like she fell over.
Oh, maybe she did. My wife had surgery, I guess it was 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, and she's in a cast right now, and she can't put any weight on it, and she's rolling around on a scooter. And
She's one of those life alert
she's
buttons.
clumsy as fuck, so yeah, she probably did fall. So did you take any of that into account where, and another thing too, my cardio is... You told me what kind of cardio to do, how many days a week, make sure you're at this. Like, that's the one thing I've never done. I've never paid attention to my heart rate while I was doing cardio. I just think because I'm on a treadmill editing a video or watching a YouTube clip going 3 miles an hour at 12% incline that I'm fucking doing something when I'm really not. Because I'm probably so far away from my target heart rate. Did you take any of this into account when you created this diet for me?
I mean, you pretty much let me know you were honest with me, so that helped me out a lot. I knew that we had to adjust your food during the week, so that way you could have some fun on the weekends.
Yeah.
But all in all, I mean, you know, you've changed from the time that we started. Yeah. You fucked up sometimes, but
of course,
that's all right. I mean, I knew that coming into this, but you know, the thing that I care the most about is like the honesty.
Right.
Like you let me know straight up, like, yo, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna have some shitty food sometimes. Is that cool? And I worked around it so that way you could still have something that's like good on the weekends. Because again, you're not a competitive bodybuilder. You don't
Right.
want to do that, and frankly, not most people want to. So why put you through that misery?
And that was the thing. I was like, listen, I know that I'm not going to look like I'm going to step on a stage. That's not my goal. I just want to look better. But doing what I'm doing right now, as of whatever it was 5 weeks ago before you wrote that diet for me, I wasn't going to get anywhere. I was just going backwards. So I needed to start going forward. The one thing that I noticed that you did in the diet that I am totally not used to was the amount of carbs that were in the diet. You had me, if I could think off the top of my head, you had me doing a sweet potato in the morning. With one of the meals in the afternoon, I was doing like a half a cup or a cup of brown rice. Mm-hmm. Pre-workout, you had me eating a whole wheat bagel, which I think, and we'll get back to that in a second, whole wheat bagel. And then post-workout, you had me put Rice Krispies in my shake. Yeah. Explain to me because to me, when I hear
I asked you about that the other day.
You did. Ray looked at my refrigerator and he goes, dude, why the fuck are you eating Rice Krispies? Why that? But for me, anything that I've ever heard throughout my whole life, carbohydrates, when you're trying to lean out, are the devil. They're, your carbohydrate, you got to cut your carbs. You got to go keto. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's the only thing that works. You hear a lot of bodybuilders do that. You hear, right before the week of a show, bodybuilders will do 0 carb, absolutely none, and then maybe the day before they start carbing up just to get fuller or whatever. But why did you have me do so many carbs when I wasn't used to really any carbs?
So I got to give props to my current coach, Dom Cardone. He's the one that really took me up a whole nother notch recently. I've been working with him for about a year, but the Rice Krispies, he has me eating Rice Krispies after my workout, and it's so light on your stomach and you're still getting carbs. It's just puffed rice. It's nothing crazy. Isn't it better than eating
Oh yeah, dude, I throw it right into my shake.
Yeah,
so I chew them. It's like eating I don't know, I can't describe what it gives your shake some consistency, and I think it sweetens it up a little bit too, because the Rice Krispies has a little bit of sugar to it. So, but I'm not mad at that. Let me get back to this bagel pre-workout.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys in just a second every chemical that's going in my body, all the supplements that I'm taking and everything. But I think a big part of why I'm getting such crazy pumps in the gym now, something that I was never used to, is carbohydrates pre-workout. I've always heard carbs pre, carbs post. If you're going to have carbs at all, that's the time to have them. Pre-workout, so you burn them off, and post-workout, so it could funnel the protein to the muscle or whatever the fuck the theory is behind that. Because of that bagel, I've never felt pumps as crazy before. And is it because of the carbohydrates?
Yeah, it totally is. I mean,
Okay.
you told me that you really didn't eat that many carbs to begin with.
Right.
It's more protein and like fats. But a misconception is that you shouldn't eat carbs, that you're not going to lose weight. That's not true at all. The last time I competed, at one point during my prep, I was eating like 400 or 500 grams of carbs a day. And I was
Wow.
still dropping weight. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
But my fats were at like 30, 40 grams a day.
Okay. All right.
So fats slow down your metabolism.
So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're
Pretty
taking
much.
away from there. Okay. So,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, is it really calories in, calories out? Is that it, or is it more to that?
To a certain extent, you have like a lot of those people that do if it fits your macros or whatever.
Do you believe in that?
No, not really. No, I'm a
Good.
bodybuilder. I
Because-
like to control everything.
Dude, that's why I didn't say anything right away. I wanted to know your take on it. I hate those motherfuckers.
So do I.
They're like, oh yeah, you can have fucking 6 jelly donuts if
Yeah.
you want. If you don't eat anything for the rest of the day. Yeah. What good does that do? You know what I mean?
Speaking of jelly donuts,
Ooh. Joey looks like.
why is Joey looking at me? Can you help Joe?
Joe doesn't need help.
I think Joe needs all the help he can get.
Joe has been absolutely dominating. Do we need to go into
Can we delve into it real quick?
Let's
I'm
before
chopping at the
we.
bit.
The greatest thing I decided to do was pretty much just go on my own. So instead of, I don't go to the gym anymore with anybody. I don't talk about my diet with anybody anymore. What I started doing was eating what like I think is healthy. Because again, I've been in shape before and I've been trying all this shit. So like a month and a half ago, I was setting an alarm where I was eating all my meals. So I had like my 9:30 a.m., which was my breakfast. I was eating just egg white omelet. Then at 12:30, basically this was on 3-hour increments. At 12 was chicken and mixed vegetables. 3 hours later at 3:30, it was steak, top round steak and vegetables. Usually asparagus or Brussels sprouts. 3 hours later again, I eat dinner, which was chicken thighs and mixed vegetables. I go to the gym, and then I had a protein drink. And those were my meals. For my body, even though I weigh a lot, that was too much food. Like I couldn't even eat it. And I don't care what anybody says. Sorry, diet coach, but I can't eat that much. It just, my body does not want to eat it. And again, I was noticing no results at all. And that's all healthy food. And I wasn't cheating. I was doing what I'm supposed to do. So what I decided to do, and I don't have the weekend problem either. I don't,
Because you don't go out anymore on the weekend.
So yeah, because I want to see results.
He's
Unlike this guy
disappeared
over
on the
here.
weekend.
Unlike this guy, this summer
Dude.
when I come out, this guy's going like a fat shit next to me.
If I can remember Saturday and Sunday morning, I didn't do enough coke on Friday and Saturday night. So
Well,
yeah, Joey's been MIA.
I've been MIA because I made a choice. And yeah, going out leads to drinking and eating shit. And me especially, when him and me go out, quesadillas, mozzarella sticks, pizza. And then I leave there and I get more shit. I'm not doing that. 7 Red Bull vodkas. None of that shit is good for you. So anyway, so I took a break and I said, I'll come out June 15th is my next...
So you're hibernating.
I've been hibernating
He's
for
a
like
fucking
2-3
bear.
months.
He's a
I just
bear.
don't go out. I want to go out. But I just don't. So anyway, like a friend and I went to lunch recently, and he's like, where do you want to go to lunch? And I'm like, I can't go to a lot of places. We have to go to this one spot. I got grilled chicken, black beans, and broccoli. Like, I've been... Anyway, so long story short, you guys were talking about heart rate earlier.
Yeah.
So when I run, I always monitor my heart rate because I used to literally like be a runner where I would go 10 miles.
Yes, you sent us DMs where I thought you were going to die.
Oh yeah, 189 heart rate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. So my age is 35. 220 minus 35, 185 should be my 100% max heart rate. I'm hitting like almost a $190. So what happened was maybe 2 months ago I fell over when I was running. And I was like, what the fuck? And it turns out...
What do you
it's my
mean
heart.
you fell over?
I fell over. I was running down
Like
the
you
highway.
fainted?
Bang! Fell over into the grass. No, I get all lightheaded and dizzy. So what happens is when you exceed your max heart rate or even get up that high, your oxygen gets cut. And it's like very dangerous. That's why you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to exercise, like he was saying, within a certain percentage of your heart rate. That way you know you're burning fat. Once you stay in a certain zone too long, you stop burning fat, start burning muscle, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I kept doing it. I was trying to I would do my runs, but I would stop. Once I'd get in the 180s, I'd stop and let it go back down. But still, 180s is still so dangerous. So that's why I hardcore dieting and all this stuff. And then what happens is, I texted all you guys last week. I finally did, and now it's been even more than this since then because I'm running every day. But once I hit 3 in a row of running 2 miles or more at a less than 180, 179 or under max heart rate, I'm like, wow, finally I'm starting to see like results with my heart, where I'm down now 10 beats a minute or whatever, I'm in the 170s now. And as I keep doing it, I'll get to the 160s, and I'll get to where I'm not going to fucking die. Because when you're running, once you get that high, it is not good. I have like laughed so hard where my heart rate goes up and I pass the fuck out in the movie theater. This was like last year. Legit
I remember
passed
him
out.
texting
Are
me.
you serious?
Passed out.
From laughing.
From laughing. Because my heart's going and it cuts oxygen. Lights out. Thank God I was in one of those
Is that
recliner
funny?
chairs.
What was that funny? Can you please tell me?
Dude, it was one of the Avengers movies.
You laughed that hard.
Oh, I was dying. I was crying.
An Avengers
and
movie.
I'm watching it, and then the screen just goes black. Like, my eyes getting out. And when I woke up, it was like I was wasted. I went in the bathroom, put water on my face. Anyway, so it's funny, but it's like scary at the same time. So now, so you guys knew I hit 250 pounds, which is like my max.
Wait, you really did
I
hit
really hit
250?
250 pounds. Now though, yeah, and that's just pure fat. When I did I did the body fat. I was 34% body fat on like one of the real tests. Everyone thinks. So, yeah, I was just like Jesus. So anyway, so as of recent, I'm now in the 230s.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
improvement.
All right.
Heart rate, like I said, 170. So seeing major improvement there. And like I said, by blocking everyone out, by not going out, by not exercising with anybody. Before I came here tonight, I ran 2 miles. Like that's my new normal thing. And then soon, I'm hoping in the next couple weeks, I'm at 3 miles and 4 miles. I've done like 2.5 miles. I'm getting there, but I want to be steady where I'm running 3, 4, 5 miles and going to the gym. My
Joe.
wife is back to going to the gym again, so that's helpful. And she's cooking healthy dinners.
Joe, real quick. I still want to let you know something.
Yeah.
You will always be no matter how much dieting you do.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out this summer when Rob goes up against Joe, because I've given up on Jimmy. All right? Jimmy is in shape. I actually went to the gym with him, actually, speaking of, last Saturday when I said I wasn't going to go with anybody. It was Saturday, so that's like your 6th day. It doesn't really count. So I went and did triceps with him.
Doesn't count.
It doesn't. You go over 5 days.
The
you're
gym
a
is
beast.
every day.
Well,
gym
I
is
do go every day. So I went with him on a Saturday and we did his like 1,000 rep exercise, and then I did cardio after that. I actually told him, I said, I've been at the gym longer than you, because we walked in together and he left before me because he didn't stick around to do cardio like I did. So right now,
Jimmy doesn't need to do cardio. Jimmy's 4%
he
body
doesn't.
fat.
You're right, but what happens when I get the 4% body fat and I still do cardio? Right now, I'm a champion of standards.
You're gonna die.
I am very happy with what's going on, and the results are in the numbers, and I'm going to keep at it. June 15th will be my debut.
Okay.
That's the next time I'll post an Instagram post. It's the next time I'm going out.
That sounds like a birthday day.
It is
does sound like a birthday day.
I specifically did that
615. I like that number.
because his birthday is going to become my bitch when I
Damn.
celebrate on his birthday.
Well,
So-
Joe, let's just say we're.
How did I
I'm happy
become the
you're
enemy?
down.
You
Joe,
are the
I'm-
enemy.
Joe, I'm happy you're down 20 pounds.
I'm happy. I'm
right.
happy. I'm really happy about my heart rate, because I was really getting worried for a while, especially with the oxygen like fucking cutting off. Terrible. So I'm real happy, and I want to keep seeing results. So
Well, Joe,
anyway,
we want to see you succeed. So keep
Yeah,
doing
I
what you're
appreciate
doing,
it.
and we hope you get under 230.
thank you.
We want to see everybody come September, when we're all in Vegas together. Ray Worldwide, Tony, Joey, the whole crew will all be in Vegas together. I want all of us to be walking around with our shirts off, jacked and tan and juicy AF.
I'm not walking shirtless next to this guy.
Me neither, but Tony could like. We'll
I'll
meet
walk
Tony
behind
somewhere. Exactly. Tony's our bouncer. So before we get into, you know what? Let's just get this shit over with. So you had me doing. I forget what it all broke down to in terms of protein, carbs, fats, all that. But I was doing, let's say, and again, I knew the end result was not me standing on stage competing against other dudes that were doing it. I feel like when you're a competitor, and you could tell better than any of us at this table, does that play into your dieting? And when you drive past a Wendy's or whatever your vice is, if it's a McDonald's, like if you're fucking starving and you just did a crazy workout, you just did a half hour, 45 minutes of cardio, and you got to pass a White Castle on your way home, everybody gets those cravings, even competitive bodybuilders. Is something about you knowing that you got to stand on a stage against other motherfuckers, does that play into a fact where it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that?
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, like, you diet, like, for 16, 18, 20 weeks, and it really does come down to every meal matters.
Yep.
I mean, if you hear guys or girls telling you, like, this won't really do much, they're full of shit. Like, if you want to be peeled 3%, 4% body fat on stage, that fucking meal does matter.
We had Jamie Flowers on one of our podcasts earlier, in the beginning of when we first started the podcast, and she told us that she was in a prep one time, and she was like a couple weeks away from her show, and she caved and had like one piece of chocolate. And one piece of chocolate, what did she say? It was like fucking, like added 3 pounds because your body is so depleted.
Yeah.
And then you have that one piece of chocolate and it just holds on to everything. And whatever else, even if it's clean food that you're putting in your body after that, it just kind of sticks to it. So, dude, like you said, every meal matters, every gallon of water matters, every cardio session, every training session. So, yeah, I always wondered that. And I figured that was the case, me knowing that I'm still going to fucking have a hoodie on, standing in BodyPower. I'm not going to be shirtless. I'm not Ulysses. I'm not Lazar. I'm not all these guys that are fucking ripped up. I knew I was still going to be in character, Robert Frank, with my fucking hoodie. But I just wanted to be in better shape just in case. You know, wanted to walk around in a t-shirt or tank top or something like that. You know, a juicy AF stringer, something like that. That's available only at robertfrank615.com. Austin Thomas with a $5 $5 dono says, you guys motivated me to get my fat ass to the gym. I'm down 30 pounds of fat and making mad gains in muscle. Gotta re-up on Steel Sups Friday, bros. Thank you so much, Austin. We appreciate the donation. And keep fucking killing it, bro. 30 pounds is a lot of weight. If Joey lost 30 pounds right now, he would be what, 215?
220.
220? Okay.
My goal was to lose, dude. It's a lot. But
Wait a minute. If you lost 30 pounds, you'd be 220, which means you're still 250.
What? I said I was 250.
Okay. But if you lost 30 pounds today.
Oh, if I lost 30 pounds today, I'd be like almost 200. Like less than 210.
Okay. All right. So you did lose quite a bit of weight then.
Yeah, but I want to get to 185.
That's disgusting.
Okay.
No, it ain't. I want to be 185, 50 cent shredded. Like fucking, I want to be jacked.
How tall is Hunter?
Probably about like 5'8".
5'8"-ish. So what are you, Joe? 5'9"?
5'9".
How much does he weigh when he's competing?
The last time he competed last year, he was 175 on stage.
Holy.
On stage. So that would be Joey walking around at like 185, being like an inch heavy. I can imagine, Joe, if you look like that, god damn, I wouldn't walk next to you.
Dude, I would love to be 185. Because here's the thing, like I'm like at my highest, like I said, 250. And if you're looking at me, you wouldn't know that I was 250 pounds.
You definitely don't look like it.
It goes right in my stomach and literally nowhere else. Like, I literally, if I stand in a mirror, like, I got fucking traps. I look at some of these guys, especially that one guy, I hope you're listening right now, Mike Archetype, you keep fucking talking shit on Instagram. You must be 350. You better come.
God damn, why are you going to play my man
He's
out
gonna
like that?
He's coming on the podcast no matter what, whether he wins or loses, but we already know he's losing. But it goes on people differently. So at 185, how am I going to look? Look, if I don't like the way I look, if I'm ever able to get there, then I'll go to what I think is like a good look. But I can tell you 250 isn't good on me, no matter how it looks, because my heart is telling me otherwise. Yeah. So that's, once you start getting older, your internal organs are what matter. The look matters, but like your body is telling you one thing. So
listen, Joey ain't kidding when he says that the weight all goes into his stomach, because one of the last vacations we went on, Joey was laying down we were in Sarasota, maybe we were in Vegas, California, one of the places.
We were in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. And we were laying like we were at the pool on the top deck rooftop, laying on one of the lounge chairs. I swear to God, Joey was taller laying down than he was standing up. His gut was just like, holy shit. But then you can't play DJ Khaled anymore, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be French Montana. That's going to be my new one.
Ray Belligan, Belligan, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, with a $5 dono. We appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. And Pody, if Ray has a comment coming up, if you could point that out for us, thank you. So let's talk about this, what we got going on for me right now. We talk transparent as fuck on this podcast. We don't care because, and that's, I think, part of the reason people like me and kind of take into the Robert Frank character and just the overall Robert Frank is because we don't bullshit people. We tell people how it is. So let's tell you guys everything that's going on right now. We went over the diet. Tony's got me eating eggs throughout the day. I'm not going to break everything down, because if you want your own specialized diet that fits your quote-unquote macros, you will hit up Tony on Instagram, slide in his DM, and say, hey, bro, heard you on the podcast, want to work together. So I'm not going to give away all the secrets, because that wouldn't be fair to Tony. But just know that I am co-signing for Tony. And if you guys need... I actually sent somebody to you the other day. Did somebody DM you? Somebody came up to me at Zoo and was like, dude, who's doing your diet?
Really?
Yeah. Make sure you check your DMs, both sides. The people that you've already conversated with and your other ones.
I'll check.
Yeah, because I sent somebody your way. They fucking screenshotted your thing. They said they followed you and everything. But so I'm not going to give away all the tips about the diet, because, again, that's specific to me. So unless you have my... comment. He left a comment? Okay, hold on real quick. Right? It says, yo, Joe, you got this shit. You guys motivate me to get into the gym, to get juicy as fuck. Let's get it. Let's go. So that was Ray's comment. Thank you for the donation. And he's a Joey's Bag supporter.
If you scroll, and I appreciate that, Ray, if you scroll back in this chat, there was like a whole bunch of comments of the over-under of my weight. So, yeah, I mean, listen, summer's coming, so just do your best, you know?
So right now, supplement-wise, let's talk about the steel subs that I'm using. First of all, let's go with the non-steel supplements that I'm using. I have a GNC brand arginine pills that I take. I like the Pumped AF from Steel, but it has creatine in it. My body, for whatever reason, and I don't care if it's there's so many different like strains of creatine now. It's like creatine that has no bloating, it promotes this, it promotes that. No matter what kind of creatine I've ever taken in my life, I've always bloated out, okay? And it's, fuck that, I'm not doing it. So as of right now that I'm in like a cut down phase, I had to scratch the Pumped AF from the supplement regimen. So I went to GNC and I bought the 1,000 milligram L-arginine caps. If it does anything, I really don't know. I think it's more in my head, but I take 4 pills, which is 4,000 milligrams. The reason I take 4,000 milligrams is because I remember Speed Stack that had the, ABS or whatever that makes Speed Stack. Back in the day, 10, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it was, they used to have the Speed Stack with the NO in it.
Yeah.
And I remember on the back of the bottle, if you drank the whole bottle, it had 4,000 milligrams of arginine. So I always swore that I was all like fucking pumped up and shit. So I'm taking 4 capsules of the L-arginine pills. In the morning, I am taking the 3 Epi Andro from Steel, and I'm taking the 7-3 Andro from Steel, which are the cutting Andros. I'm not doing the 1 Andro, I'm not doing the 4, I'm not doing the 17, and I'm not doing the 19 Nor. So just the 1-3 and the 7-3. I'm sorry, the 3 Epi and the 7-3 Andros. I take one of those in the morning and then one pre-workout. I'm also taking pre-workout. I flip-flop between Shredded AF and these little pills. I think you call them clenbuterol. I don't know where I found them. I found them somewhere. But they're all gone now. I'm out of them. But yeah, so I was taking, I think, what's a normal dosage of that, the clenbuterol?
If I knew, it would probably be like 80 micrograms.
Okay,
maybe.
something like that? Okay. And let me tell you, those motherfuckers make you sweat like a motherfucker. But again, they're all gone. Don't have them anymore. So there was that. That was pre-workout, and then I would do my fasted cardio in the morning. I would eat my meals, whatever. And then again, let's just say I was doing some test, right? You know, I go to the doctor, I have a prescription, you know, got low test, low T. So let's just say I'm doing 250 to 500 milligrams a week of that, right? So that's in my supplement regimen as well, right? We like to keep it real here. Let's say a Trembolone sandwich is what? What's a normal dosage of that? If you knew. I mean, you probably don't know, but if you knew.
If I had to guess,
yeah,
maybe like 300, 400 milligrams a week.
Okay, like every other day, something like that? Like 100 every other day? Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, it's about right.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right. Something like that. So that's everything that's going into my... I'm just kidding, guys. I wouldn't do that. But if I did, that's what I would be doing. And let me tell you something. For those of you out... Oh, my God. We just got a huge super chat. This just blew me away. From my man, Jay Weezy's World, a $50 donation to the show. Jay Weezy, you are the man, bro. We appreciate you so much. He said, salute to the RF movement. Thank you, brother. We definitely appreciate you. And make sure you guys check out my man, Jay Weezy's World on Instagram. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well. Motivating as fuck. I try to check out every video that he puts out there. So, Jay Weezy, thank you. Keep up the great content. And good luck on your journey as well, my man. So thank you for that donation. There's something out there called the tren cough. I don't know if you ever heard of that before. Have you ever heard of that?
I've actually heard of it.
You've heard of it? Okay. So this thing called the tren cough, I thought it was a myth. It's like a unicorn in like the bodybuilding world, right? Like you hear about it, but you know it doesn't really exist, right? Let me tell you something. I had a sandwich on Friday. Trembolone sandwich. I injected I took a bite of the sandwich.
You digested.
I took a bite, right? I took a bite. And everything was going good. I was chewing, pushing on the plunger, chewing. And all of a sudden, a little cough came out. So, okay, that's weird. Never had to cough while I was eating a sandwich before.
Maybe the bread was dry.
Then another one. Damn, this is fucking weird. Felt a little bit of tightness in my chest.
He needs some milk.
Hold on one second. Mike Petrov with a $2 dono said Becky Lynch, while not a man. No, Becky Lynch is not a man. She's a woman. I don't know why she calls herself the man. But anyway, thank you for the donation. 2 coughs. This is fucking weird. So I finished. All the oil is out. I mean, all the sandwiches is. I finished it. You know, I ate it all. Pulled the plunger out, or pulled the sandwich out of my mouth. Yeah, and I started violently coughing, like I couldn't catch my breath. I thought I was going to fucking die. Pody is my because I just noticed that I went low battery. Do I need to flip this cord here? So anyways, I started coughing violently, and I thought that this whole thing was a myth. I didn't think that this whole Trembolone cough was a real thing. I thought it was just a made-up thing that bodybuilders talk about to try to scare the kids away from ever using any kind of PEDs or anything like that.
Maybe the mayonnaise was spoiled.
But yeah, I think it was, because I thought I was going to die. I coughed for legit 3 minutes straight. Could not catch my breath. I was having like an anxiety attack at the same time. Sweat pouring down my face. I ran into the bedroom. I laid on the bed and I turned the fan on. We have a fan in the bedroom. Fan blasting on me, high speed. The sweat pile on the bed. We had to change the... Marissa was like, what the fuck fuck are you doing? I'm coughing, getting ready to die. All she's doing is asking me, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing? Dude, never in my life have I experienced that. And not that you ever did as well, but have you ever heard of anyone with experiencing any kind of a cough? And why does that happen?
So the worst that I've ever heard was, the guy was eating his sandwich and everything, and then, like, similar to you, the cough just started little by little. And then, like, after 2 minutes, it got to the point where he was on the floor, God, gasping for air, and had to bring ice packs and everything to try to cool him off because he couldn't breathe. Bro. And for like 5 minutes, you feel like you're dead. Yeah. It's real as fuck.
It was so scary where I was like, I am never, ever, ever doing that again. As it was happening. That's what you're thinking in your mind. Because you're like, dude, I'm about to die. I'm not doing this anymore. And then the cough kind of went away. And I was like, and it went from, I am never doing that again to, I hope that never happens again. So I don't know why my fucking camera keeps falling down. I think it's this goddamn charger. But anyway,
stick to cheese sandwiches, bro.
Bruh. So for anybody out there, listen, if you guys are going to experiment with different things and, maybe try a trembolone sandwich here and there or whatever you do, just be very, very careful. Know what you're doing because, listen, it's a dark world that you're going down. It's not only are you putting poison in your body. I mean, you really are.
That's really what it is.
It's poison. And on top of that, the side effects that come with that, I'm not talking about your side effects like gyno or roid rage, quote unquote. I'm talking about there's a lot of psychological issues that come along with that as well, which could lead to depression, anxiety. On your highs, you're high as fuck. You're king of the world. You're alpha. You're this. You're that. You can get any chick you want. You can lift any amount of weight you want. But then there's times where you're by yourself, and if you had a gun, you'd fucking shoot yourself in the head. It's like it's the weirdest contrast of just being happy to I'm over this shit. I want to die. Have you ever heard, because I know, you're a bodybuilder, you're in the bodybuilding community, you know a lot of people, I'm sure you know a lot of people that use performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, whatever you want to call it. Have you heard any horror stories or experienced anything with close friends or anything like that?
Luckily with close friends, no horror stories, but with the whole mental aspect, it's real. Yeah. Like, people get fucked up. And people forget these are hormones you're putting in your body. You don't know who the fuck made them.
Exactly.
What dosage they're at.
That's Jimmy's point. Jimmy always says some motherfucker is making some shit in a bathtub.
That's real.
And you have no fucking idea who they are.
And it's coming to your doorstep, and you're just gonna go and start using it. Yeah. So be very careful. The biggest problem is kids these days, teenagers. 15, 16, 18-year-olds taking doses that I've never even heard of. And these are coaches telling them to take it. These kids are fucked. Dude, they're not growing.
It's social media. Social media, because they're on Instagram, and they see these motherfuckers that are like you. Massive motherfuckers, you know what I mean? They're like, yo, I want to look like that. Not saying you're taking any kind of performance enhancers, if I could speak today. But they're looking at people that look like you, and they're a $140, $150, 16, 17 years old, and they're like, fuck, I want to look like that. I'm going to do whatever it takes. You know how many DMs I get? Because people assume, because I always talk about trembolone sandwiches, and I joke around about PED use. Even though, guys, I would never do that. No. Because it's bad. And I would not be setting a good example. But people ask me, yo, where do you get your gear? Where do you get this? Where do you get that? Yo, could you give me your contact? Could you do this? Could you do that? I don't even open them. Like, because you don't even want to go down that rabbit hole with kids because, first of all, you don't know who they are, number one. And number two, you don't want to give anybody fucking... What we do, nobody should be doing that. So...
It's number one, private. Number two, you're risking that person's life.
Yeah, you really
Straight up. You don't know how they're going to react to it. Why bother? It's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
Now, how do you feel about guys who claim to be all natty chicken patty, but you could look at, I mean, again, you live in this world. You could tell when somebody just has really fucking good genetics and are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing, eating, dieting, cardio, whatever, plus the genetics play a big part into it, from people who are taking shit and claim that they're natural to sell their meal plans, to sell their online coaching, to sell their personal training packages. That's got to piss you off.
Like 95% of those people on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, that claim that they're natural, they're full of shit.
Agree. I agree, 100%.
People don't realize the way these guys and girls look year round, that's not really attainable for your body. You could do it for a couple months over the summer, but try to live like that for 2, 3, 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
See how far you get.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily healthy. The body doesn't want to be that lean all the time. So,
and I don't want to put this dude on the spot because he's always been nothing more than kind to me, always nice to me, always, if he sees me somewhere, always will come over, shake my hand, and make me feel like and he's a lot bigger than me. But in his Instagram bio, he has Lifetime Natural, Simian Panda. Dude.
No.
I'm like, bro, like, I love you, bro. You are the man. You are, I inspire to be like you one day. The amount of success that you have just from doing this, this gym thing, social media personality, entrepreneur, business, clothing, personal training, meal plans, YouTube, the millions of dollars that you made. You got to take Lifetime Natural out of your fucking bio, bro, because that is, you're selling a bill of goods, man. That's some bullshit.
And the thing is that makes me laugh the most is that they think that by not being a natural, they're discounting all their hard work. That's not true.
No.
It takes hard work, dedication, day in, day out to look like that. Do the drugs help? Absolutely. Do they make the person? No. So
I'm a perfect example of someone who's doing all sorts of shit and does not look like Tony when he steps on stage or look like anybody when they step on stage. So there's something more than just putting chemicals into your body. And I'm not just talking about illegal chemicals. I'm talking about your andros, because people will think that they could buy a steel stack, steel andros, the 1 andro, 4 andro, and the 19 nor, which is the ultimate mass stack. And Ray Worldwide has taken that in the past. And he has put on in, about 6 weeks, it was like 10, 15 pounds.
It was substantial. It kind of, but my body was clean. I've never taken
Ray,
any kind, no pre-workout or anything. So the andros definitely jump-started me getting back, on a Gainz train.
But you upped your calorie intake.
Yeah, I mean, I was
your
eating
training.
right. I was doing
right.
everything in the right way. But I would definitely say that the andros probably kick that into another gear. Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if you take, if you're on 500 milligrams of test a week, if you're not training properly, you're not eating properly, nobody's going to be able to tell that you're doing anything. So you have to put the effort and the time and the work into it. Timmy, I see your $1 dono to the channel. I appreciate you very much, brother. Thank you so much. Timmy, if you have a comment, make sure you leave that in the comment section so we could read your question or concern. Now,
you missed three before.
Did I? I'm sorry. Let me go back. It's our boy Mike Petrov. Says 100 miles in the desert. Hashtag that chick sexy.
Right before that.
Oh, okay. I'd eat that dude's butt after running. Wait, whose dude's butt are you eating?
Before that, he said Becky Lynch.
Oh, Becky Lynch. Okay,
also, Mike is the Mike I was referring to earlier, who's the one who wants to come on the podcast. Well, he's gonna come.
He's in the live stream.
Yeah, that's Mike, the one you just read.
No, Mike. Oh, that is Mike Petrov. Okay,
He's
so
Mike Archetype.
Let's read this in order then. He says, Becky Lynch, while not a man, I'd eat that dude's butt after running 100 miles in the desert. Hashtag that chick sexy. Mike, I will disagree with you. I think that Becky... Do you know Becky Lynch? Do you follow wrestling at all? WWE? You a wrestling guy?
Yeah, I was. Becky Lynch, is she like the
redhead chick?
Yeah.
She's got the gimmick now that
She
she's
can
the
get the
man.
business.
I wouldn't kick... As Ray Worldwide would say, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. But she would not be my first choice. You know who I have a sick obsession with? Carmella. Do you guys know Carmella from WWE? Yeah, smoke show. Staten Island chick, fucking super hot. But anyway, she's built 12-6 though. She really doesn't have any curves. I just think she's unbelievably sexy. But Mike, I will disagree with you. And Becky has no tits, no ass, and I mean she's okay looking. But I would not eat her butt after running in the desert. Definitely not. Our man Nino with a dono says, happy to see the podcast back up. R.I.P. John Singleton. Definitely R.I.P. John Singleton. He directed Boys in the Hood, I know. What was another movie of his?
I did all the black movies back in the day, back in the...
You got to see her when she's brunette, Pody. Carmella. Yeah, you're picking up bad pictures. She's fucking bad as hell. I was on her Twitter yesterday. I actually tweeted Carmella last night from my Twitter. She posted a picture and it said something or other, and my tweet was... I would knock the stuffing off that Egg McMuffin in a New York minute. And it got like 30 retweets and 400 likes. Yeah, she's fucking hot. Yeah, we're looking at pictures of Carmella on the Pody cell phone right now. But before we do get into... Well, Tony, real quick, let me ask you this question. Right now you're 280, 285. When you compete and you diet down and you step on stage, what are you looking at? 220, 230?
I was 230 on stage 2 years ago.
So 50 pounds. Now, is it true that you could be 230 on stage on a Saturday night? By the following Saturday, you could be back up to like 250?
I'll tell you something funny.
Let's hear it.
When the very first time I competed in a natural show. Not the point. Point is, I was like...
Were you natural?
I'm always natural.
Right, okay. Yeah, there you go. All natty chicken patty, baby. Put that in your Instagram bio.
Maybe I'll get as famous as Simeon.
Let's go.
So I was like 202 pounds, 203 pounds on stage. This was on a Saturday. By Monday morning, I was 245 pounds.
You gained 42 pounds in 2 days?
I felt like I was going to have a heart attack.
Bro.
I ate everything in sight. I didn't go to the bathroom for like 2 days.
But what did you come down from? You were 203 on stage.
I was like 260.
Okay, so your body was used to carrying that weight. It just put it all back.
But my ankles and my calves were like 3 times the size, and I couldn't move my feet. It was so bad. I had to like.
Dangerous.
That's
wild.
What, that sounds bad.
That's a lot on your heart too.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
Go from. Wow. See, coming down, it's like a slow burn because you can't lose 42 pounds in a week. You know what I mean? But you could gain it back in a week, as we could see in 2 days. God damn, you savage!
You must have just sat around and was a garbage compactor.
I'm not kidding when I told you I was eating everything I saw.
Wow, dude, that's I don't know how you did it, but we have a couple more things for Tony. But before we do, I want to get into 2 of our segments. I want to do the Sports Minute. A lot going on in sports this week. We missed last week's Sports Minute because we did not do a podcast. But Pody is the host of This Week in Sports. You can check him out on iTunes and everywhere else pretty much that you listen to podcasts. And the Pody has a Sports Minute for you. Take it away, brother.
Okay, yeah, so there was a lot going on, of course. We missed last week. We had the NFL Draft. Kyler Murray, of course, went number 1 to the Cardinals. Josh Rosen was traded to the Dolphins. Those were really the 2 big key takeaways from the NFL Draft. The Giants, they took Daniel Jones. A lot of people pissed off about that. So we'll see how that all plays out. What I wanted to get into was the NBA playoffs. Second round is well underway. We had the Bucks and the Celtics. They're knotted at 1 apiece. Both games were blowouts. Not very good games to watch. We had the Rockets and Warriors. That's the marquee matchup that everybody's been waiting for. And it's not really been great. The first game was all about the officials. James Harden was crying the whole game. The Rockets were crying. Chris Paul got ejected at the end of that game. And then game 2, the Warriors won that game by 6 last night. But the key takeaway in that one was Harden and Steph Curry both went down with big injuries. Steph dislocated his middle finger on his left hand, and Harden got poked in the eye by Draymond Green. They did both return, but it did affect them. Steph was 3 of 13 from 3, and Harden, although he finished with 29, he was a little bit all over the place. We have the Kentucky Derby this weekend. I know Joe is excited for that, as am I. Some breaking news on that. The betting favorite, Omaha Beach, has been a late scratch. That just came through right before we started. I saw that. I don't know exactly what the injury is, but Omaha Beach has been scratched. That's actually better for the race because we don't want to see the favorite win. Not always anyway. So we'll see what happens there. That should be 6:50 on Saturday. That will take place. And Joe, don't watch the DVR version this year. Make sure you watch it live.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. And then in baseball, Yankees continue to pile up those injuries, but they do keep winning, although they got swept in a mini 2-game series to the Diamondbacks. But CC Sabathia last night, he notched his 3,000th career strikeout, joining an elite club there, only the 17th pitcher ever and 3rd lefty ever to do it, behind Randy Johnson and Steve Carlton. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys can hear all my hot takes when it comes to sports, and that's every Friday on This Week in Sports with your Pody. Take it away, Rob.
Thank you so much, Ant. So yeah, check him out on This Week in Sports, the only sports podcast that you need to fucking listen to each and every week. And let's get into our Baddie with the Fatty, because we want to the bros are asking for that. So Ray Worldwide, we missed last week the Baddie with the Fatty that was nominated, the episode that Crowbar and Jeanette were on. She actually reached out and said, hey, I heard I won. Okay. And she had to get a replacement Baddie with the Fatty female racerback tank because I'm out of stock on some sizes. But we are going to get that stock back up right when we get back from FitCon. But BodyPower. I'm sorry, BodyPower. Yes, we will be at BodyPower. I'm looking forward to seeing all the bros and broettes from the UK. We are going to have the most lit booth in the fucking expo. I'm hoping that we have jam-packed people. We're going to make it fun. We're going to vlog. I want to make all of you guys part of the vlog. So make sure you come. Make sure you come with some fucking heat and you have your energy levels up because I'm going to fucking need it. Ray Worldwide, do you have a baddie this week?
We do.
Okay, so without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the moment you've all been waiting for. Ray Worldwide's Baddie with a Fatty of the Week.
Play that music. Yeah. Take that.
Who you got, Ray?
All right, so this week's winner, we needed a little bit of color. We needed to switch it up a bit, add some variety to the show.
Okay.
So we're going to add a little bit of chocolate to the Baddie with a Fatty this week. So this week's winner, her name is Sade. Instagram handle is DECURLSS. So DECURLSS. D Curls. It's this week's Ray Vegas's Baddie with a Fatty of the Week.
Say that again, dude. Why can't I find it? You picked the weirdest
You are the
fucking name.
worst. That was
D-E.
the easiest.
Go ahead.
DECURLSS.
C-U-R.
Did you say C? Yes. D Curls with 2 S.
Okay, I found her. Sade. Okay, 22,000 followers. Okay, she's not following me, so fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. You were so
Most
qualified.
of them are not.
Yeah, I know. My female demographic, Tony, I don't know if you know this or not, is about I think we're down to 10% now. At the very most, we had 12% female following, but right now we're at a whopping 10%.
Yeah, buddy.
So what is 10% of a million? Still 100,000. We got
not bad.
100,000 female fans. I'll take that. So let's see.
And
What do we got?
100,000, 90,000 are bots.
Yeah, exactly. See, one thing that I learned is, because I went private for a while. Why is this not charging my phone, guys? One thing I learned by going private, because I went private on my Instagram for a while, so anybody who is not able, this thing is not working for my phone for some reason. Is this not an iPhone cable? Oh, because it's not plugged in. It wasn't plugged in the whole time. Okay, but let me show the live stream. Ant, could you pop me on there? There we go. So this is this week's Baddie with a Fatty for everyone in everyone in the live stream.
Super zoom.
Yeah, super zoom on that fat ass. So yeah, I would not kick her out of bed for eating crackers. I would eat 10 yards of her shit to get to her asshole and all the good stuff. So
She doesn't have many posts here.
yeah, she doesn't have too many. Let's see.
Surprising.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's check that one out. See, that's what I'm talking about, Ray. That right there is what I'm talking about. Imagine that sitting on your face while she's blowing you. Oh,
Let's get it.
let's go.
That's a good pick.
Tony, so what we like to do when we do this Baddie with the Fatty segment, we're out of the... Can you plug this into the actual extension cord and not the wall? What we like to do is we like to ask our guest. Now, again, we know you're engaged. We know that your fiance, not that I ever look, has a glorious booty herself. But is there anyone out there in Instagram land that you would nominate as a Baddie with a Fatty? Not your fiance, somebody totally different. Like, could be a famous fitness chick. It could be somebody that's fallen under the radar. Could be anybody.
Oh man, you caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I would have done my research.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
not
I
trying
mean,
to catch you off guard. He's trying to be a troublemaker.
I'm trying to be a troublemaker here. No, I'm just kidding. Anyone that comes up, you could say, nah, I really don't know anybody, but because I don't want to get you in trouble either. That's the big thing. I don't want to get you in trouble.
So also, to all of the bros, D Curls has 48 hours to reach out to one of the bros, preferably me. Let her know that she is this week's Baddie with a Fatty.
Yes. So D-curls, and I hope you're not a medium or a large, because all we have left are extra large and smalls. But with the size of your butt, I don't think you're a small. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Use the Razorback as a wraparound.
Yeah, exactly. So anyone that you can think of off the top of your head that's out there?
Nobody like famous or even kind of famous, because I honestly don't even know what their names are. I just stare at their asses.
Right.
But
You just go on the explore page and it's
Yeah.
just butts.
but dude, like Brazilian women,
Oh, yeah. For
they
sure.
got some fat asses.
I don't know what it is, man.
If I
It's
saw
paid
For.
Yeah.
Well, I have heard that. Yeah, one of our bros that we know. I'm not going to mention any names. He told us that in Brazil you can get that procedure done for pretty cheap, and a lot of the girls are doing that. But you can kind of tell when just looks ridiculously round and fat and just scrumptious. And again,
it doesn't move.
Yeah, and it doesn't move. And again, there's no such thing as fake. Anyone who ever uses the word fake tits or fake ass, there's no such thing. Because if you could put your tongue in it, you could put your dick in it, you could put your finger in it, it's real. So there you go. So shout out to everyone out there who is spending money to increase your appearance and aesthetics. And like I've always said, anybody out there, and again, this is a personal preference, if you decide that you are going to take performance enhancing drugs, steroids, whatever it is, there is a special place in Robert Frank's heart for you, because I find something very admirable about a person that is willing to consciously take years off of their life, health risks, all of the above, to better yourself while you are here breathing on this earth. I find that very sexy. So male, female, just know, I love you.
And big shouts to all of the big bubble butt cuties at Zoo Culture Gym.
Yeah, me and Tony, I know you came with me as a guest a couple weeks ago to Zoo. Was that your first time there?
That was my first time.
We put that gym over all the time. I swear, and that's the only gym, and I appreciate this. So Zoo, I know you guys listen to the podcast, and listen, I do not want you to change anything that you're doing, but Zoo, in the gym that we go to, they're the only gym out of all the gyms that we've been to in the past 3 years since this Robert Frank thing took off, that makes me pay a day pass for every one of my guests. Any other gym, they're like, go ahead. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Sign this waiver. Don't worry about it. Oh, $10 day. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. No, they take every bit of $10 day pass every time I bring a guest. They don't ask for anything in return either. They don't say, hey, can you give me a shout out? Could you do this? Could you do that? And I appreciate that. So as much as I appreciate the people that give us free things and complimentary perks and just, this place doesn't ask for anything, and I really like that. But that gym really needs to be called the Oasis. And I know I've said the Fairfield Retro up our boy Rockstar Booty, who that gym as well is a Oasis. But I've never seen anything like Zoo Culture. And it's not Zoo Culture, that's Bradley Martin's gym. Zoo Health Club, or whatever it is. Unbelievable. Tony, when we went there, I think it was a Monday night, because I know we did chess, so it had to be a Monday night. Were there, could you tell that there were more females in your average gym?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So
definitely from the gyms that I go to.
Yeah. Jimmy's been with me a few times. I think Jimmy went with me late on a Thursday night one time. So usually the later in the week, the gym dies down a little bit. There's really not that many people there. But anyways, Joey has seen firsthand Oasis. So yeah, shout out to you, Zoo in Bridgewater. Now, let's ask you a couple questions, Tony. Who are your, who do you look up to in the fitness world? Not just maybe it's bodybuilders, powerlifters, strongmen, social media personalities. Who do you look up to as, dude, I want to get on that level? Let's start with bodybuilders. Sure. You said you want to be on an Olympia stage. Yeah. Whose physique do you just think is incredible?
From the very first time that I saw Jay Cutler up on stage, okay, I was speechless, and I've always wanted to look like or be like Jay when it comes to the stage. And 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet him. Okay. One-on-one conversation. If I told you I had nothing to say, I was just
because were you starstruck?
Yeah. I was like, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to say. And he said some encouraging things at the time. I was getting ready for nationals. So, Jay is definitely one guy that I always look up to. Actually, during prep, I watch his motivational videos every single day in the morning while I work out or while I'm on cardio and before I go to bed.
Okay, good. So, Jay Cutler definitely, I remember, because you got to remember, I'm old school. So I come from the days of before social media really started popping off, and it was when I started buying your muscular developments and your bodybuilding magazines back in the day, whatever magazine Greg Valentino was in, he did the Rambling Freak episode. Seeing Jay Cutler being on stage with Ronnie Coleman and all those guys back then, it was like, God damn, man. These guys are fucking massive. I don't know. Branch Warren. Yeah, all these motherfuckers. But yeah, it's good that you got to meet him. He's always at these expos too. So if we're doing, If we're doing, if you're going to do the Olympia, he's definitely going to be there. So you'll see him again. Now, is there anyone not a bodybuilder, but someone in the fitness world that you? I'm trying to think of who I'm talking about, because kind of let's take a Simeon Panda. He's really not a competitive bodybuilder or anything like that, but he's in shape and he's doing massive things, making millions of dollars doing everything that he's doing. Is there anyone like that you have your eye on? Because I know you have, I don't know if you started already your own merch line. You're doing your own merchandise. Or...
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's taking a back seat for now. I feel like, we purchased a gym back in March, me and my partner Dell. Yep. So that's kind of been eating up a lot of my time.
Gotcha.
Right now, but
is that what you're doing full time now, or are you still working a full time job as well?
I'm still working a full time job.
Wow.
And doing the gym and training clients.
Jeez.
The hustle is real.
You're 26, man. You can do it. When you're fucking my age, bro, you'll fold like a cheap suit doing all that shit. But okay, so the reason why I asked that is because I know that right now social media is still like the popping thing, and in order to get it's a valuable tool to get your name out there, to get your brand out there, to get this and that. And I always look at a Simeon Panda, not only because I saw his work ethic 2 years ago at the FitCon. That motherfucker, because he's from the UK, he's like the Derek Jeter of the United Kingdom. That's what we said, right, Joey? That he was at his booth at 9 o'clock in the morning, and this motherfucker had a line wrapped around the building waiting for him. And he shook hands, spent 2-3 minutes with every single person that comes up. Now, when you got a line that's out the fucking door and you're taking 2 minutes to talk to people, not many people will do that. They want to come up, okay, hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's take this picture. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Next.
Yeah.
This guy was spending time with everybody, thanked everybody, listened to their stories while he had a line out the door. So I respect that.
He worked like an animal. He was amazing.
We give him shit because we don't necessarily trust that he is a lifetime natural, but you can't deny this guy's work ethic. He's the man, and I would put him at the very top of maybe not competitive bodybuilders, but people in the fitness industry. That's who I look up to. So I was just wondering if there was anybody out there that you had your eye on. It's like, damn, I want to be like this dude or get to this dude's level.
I mean, I'm also of the same mindset. Like people like Jay Cutler, Simeon, Bradley Martin.
Yep.
They all turned fitness into something that they make money off of, and they're going to continue to make money off of for the rest of their life. So I look up to those guys, not so much in fitness, but more so how they took fitness and made it into a whole different brand for themselves. That's kind of what I want to get to at some point in my life. How can I make fitness pay me?
Good shit. Yeah, no, and listen, like I said, you got all the tools, man. You're knowledgeable as hell. So I suggest anyone out there who is listening to this podcast, and if you need any type of direction, you're stuck, listen. Everybody thinks they know what the fuck they're doing until they talk to someone like Tony and realize you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're doing it all wrong. So take the time, spend the money. Tony is not expensive, trust me. Well, I not that I would know, but I don't think I think you're very reasonable with what you charge. Check him out and give him a shot, because I definitely think he would 1,000,000% help you. The last question that I have to you before we get to our closing moments, is there any hope at all for Joey Bag of Donuts? I know. Listen, I know Joey thinks that he's on this pace right now but the problem with Joey is the problem with a lot of people. You start to see a little bit of results, and then you hit the brick wall, and then you revert back to everything that fucked you up in the beginning. Yeah. It's only a matter of time that Joey's back in the Sonic drive-thru. He's back in the White Castle drive-thru. It's just one time. I'm going to get 6 cheeseburgers, 6 minis, whatever the fuck it is, and then I'm going to be back on my grind. Is there any hope for someone like Joey to achieve his goal? He was 250, now he's 240-ish. Is there any way that this motherfucker could be down to 185, 190 by September? It is now May 1st.
September?
Olympia, baby.
By September?
4 months. Can he do it?
4 months, about 30, 40 pounds.
Can he do it?
Can he do it? Yeah. Will he do it? I don't fucking know.
That's a no. Here's the good news. Fortunately, I think of myself as somewhat of a god. So,
there you go.
I actually, no offense to anyone here, don't care about anyone's opinion at all. And again, no offense to anybody. In the past, I have lost 30 pounds in 1 month. That's like my record that I've been able to do.
That's a lot of weight.
So it's all about just being committed. And if I decide to turn it on and go full-blown committed, like I got a bachelor's degree in 2 years and 8 months from Rutgers. Well-established school. Did it in a lot shorter period of time than other people. I've done many things like that, but it took me 12 years. I went to school to a 2-year school, community college, for like 10 years. And got academic suspension, academic probation, went back, got suspended again.
What are you, Van Wilder?
And I got like literally 0 credits over the course of like 10 years. And then one day I was 26, 27, something like that. And I was like, you're going to graduate college. And I just went hardcore for 2 years and 8 months. And again, I've done that with other things. So the day I decide to do that with the diet again, you know, that's when it'll happen. For now, I'm just, right now my concern has been my heart. So I don't want to say I'm casual with it right now because I'm definitely doing way better. But who knows what's going to ultimately happen. But I do foresee long term, like as I continue to get older, I know I'll be in shape. Every human being in my family survives into their mid to late 90s. My grandpa's 88 and goes to the gym every single day. My whole family is all in shape. So granted, I might be in my fat phase from age 30 to 35, or even let's say it lasts till my late 30s. I know ultimately that's not like who I am.
Late 30, bro, you got 4 months to get your ass in shape, bro.
No, well, I'm saying, yes, that's true for what my current goal is, but I know ultimately this won't be like my lifestyle. So I'm not too worried about myself.
Well, ultimately, hopefully this will be a lifestyle.
Hopefully this will be.
Hopefully
this will be. But I mean, statistically, if you know, I always do numbers, and currently I have no one's ever should believe me. You say it 900 times. The only person who needs to believe me is me. And the other thing, if anyone's looking forward to, we said this summer we're also going to be doing a sporting event where I've challenged everyone to a different event, and I have been playing basketball a lot lately. Absolutely draining threes. Okay, so whenever I do play Ray and I play J-Lo in a 2-on-2 game, I need, or we might do 3-on-3. I'm not sure, but my God, I don't care. J-Lo is very tall. I don't know what Ray's skills are. Maybe he's very fast. Whatever it is, good luck. So I'm just gonna pump fake 3, drain it. Steph Curry, you're done.
Ray Belligan, or Belligen, I'm sorry. $5 dono says, keep the Wendy's once or twice a month and he will be good. Laughing my ass
That's
off.
been my thing. It's been like, honestly, tonight, I may very well go to White Castle tonight and get a 6
Oh, boy.
But that would be like my this week's thing. Like I woke up this morning and I ate chicken thighs. And then I forget whatever I had. But I know that I had 3 like of these prepped goddamn meals. I had Anthony today, Pody here, order me 5 glass containers, meal prep containers that were on Amazon. I did a lightning deal today because I ordered 5 of them myself, and then it wouldn't let me rebuy 5 more. I needed 10 containers to get me through a couple days worth of meals before I could wash them. I hate the plastic ones, the Rubbermaid. They smell like shit. So I bought the glass ones.
Yeah, you need glass for any kind of meal prep. I agree with you. Anything that you buy, those little $2, you could buy the 5 packs of tubs at the fucking grocery store for $2. They're good for 1 or 2 uses, and then they stain,
Exactly,
and they start to smell like shit.
I've gone through, I can't even tell you how many hundreds of dollars of the to-go containers. I go to like Sam's Club and I buy a 50 set of the nice ones, a nice hard plastic like you get at a Chinese joint, not the styrofoam ones. And after just throwing them in the garbage, I kind of feel bad. I'm like, Jesus, I'm wasting perfectly good containers. Because those are probably even good for a couple washes. I went with the glass ones because I know that I'm getting a new job soon. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be in an office for 12 hours at a time, whatever it is. And I need to have these meals set aside if I'm going to continue doing this. So that's why I ordered these glass containers. So I am taking this seriously. And I know summer's coming. I'm going on a cruise in like 120 days.
Nice.
And that's why my wife is back in the gym as well. So that is motivating. And I'm like checking her out too.
I'm interested in seeing where you're at by cruise time because you don't want to be the fat guy on a cruise.
I do not. I will not go on the sun deck if I'm a fat shit. I'd be mortified. And the reason I stopped going out was because you know when you're the fat guy. Once I started going out and like, and again, I'm married, but it's nice to be able to like have a girl even speak to you, smile at you, talk to you. When all that shit stopped, I realized I was just wasting my time when I go out. I'm just getting drinks and I'm the loser at the bar, the fat guy.
Joey, you do know that all you have to do is go to Sarasota and you will be the man. So, you ever been to Sarasota?
Good Lord.
Sarasota, Florida?
No.
Bro.
You can be the
Cougar
you can be the fat shit. It doesn't matter. These women there,
They just want to fuck.
It's crazy.
Bro, it's unbelievable. The Ritz, we stay at the Ritz. Jason puts us up in the Ritz every time that we go to Sarasota to visit. And there's a restaurant inside of the hotel. It's called the Jack Dusty. It's like an upscale steakhouse, but they got a bar and shit. So all the women in there are in their, anywhere from mid-30s to like early 50s. Smoke shows that Ray got raped about 60 times, just visually. We're in the elevator. They're asking Joey Baggs if he's fucking a UFC fighter. Like, they just holding hands with their husband, like grabbing your dick. It's like
woman
unbelievable.
came over to our table with her husband.
Yeah.
And made conversation with us. You want
like,
to talk about uncomfortable feeling?
Because we got Jason Huss sitting at the table with his big Mama Luke ass, fucking all the other Steel people, Ray, me, Joe, and it was unbelievable. But
I said that going there is like the equivalent of, I can imagine what it's like for a girl to be at a club and just have guy after guy come up to him like, "What's up, baby? What are you doing later?" It felt good, and then after a while, it was just like starting to be like, this is fucking annoying. Like, it doesn't stop. I can't even imagine what it would be like if you reverse that and you're a girl, and that's how it is all the time.
Zach G said that he's going to Sarasota for vacation. But Damian McCoy with the $20 dono. Thank you, Damian. Checking in from work. Glad to see the bros came back for another podcast. Thank you, Damian. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the donation to the channel as well. So, Tony, we're going to wrap this bad boy up. We've been going for quite some time now, but I want to... What did we miss? I want you to get all your plugs out of the way, because I know you got some things going on. If you want to plug your gym, you want to plug your socials, you want to plug anything, now would be the time, brother. Go for it.
I mean, definitely hit the follow button on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Anything, diet, training, whatever. I'm the guy. A lot of people on Instagram are talking a whole lot of shit to you. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Second thing is, check out Anytime Fitness in Somerset, New Jersey. It's brand fucking new. It's a nice gym. Go check it out. Go work out for free. I don't give a fuck. Just go check it out.
Yep.
And lastly, just want to shout out my coach, Dom Cardone. I wouldn't be where I am right now without his advice, guidance, and help. So
very cool. Okay, so Dom Cardone, who is he? A bodybuilder? Or?
Yeah, he's actually, we're the same age.
Okay.
But he turned pro at 21.
Wow.
So I found him on Instagram about a year ago.
Local dude, Jersey guy.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah. So hit him up for coaching, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Nice.
So I'm pretty happy.
Sure, you picked his brain a lot, and that you put that a lot of that into incorporate that into what you do for people as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, the knowledge that I have is a culmination of everyone I've ever interacted with. It's not just from me. So, definitely.
Well, let me tell you, man, you got, in your young age of 26, you have a lot of fucking experience. You know a lot of people, and you definitely know your shit. So anybody out there that's looking to make any kind of a minor change, just a quick adjustment, like a little 4 to 6 week, like what Tony did for me, or if you have ambitions or aspirations of being a competitive bodybuilder, or physique competitor, or bikini, whatever you are, I trust Tony 1,000,000%. So I co-signed for him. So check him out on Instagram. It's his screen name is popping up on the live stream if you're watching the playback on YouTube or if you're watching live. But if you guys are listening in on the podcast, why don't you spell it out for people? So it's Tony, TONY _
MACHALANY, Tony _ Mashalani.
Yep. Or you could just go to my page, Robert Frank 615, and see who I'm following. And Tony is one of the 50 people that I follow. So you'll find him very easily. So good shit, Tony. It was great to have you on.
It's great to be here, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it again.
I'm hoping that we didn't leave... Oh, definitely. I'm hoping that we didn't leave anything out. I think we talked about everything that I wanted to. Any closing moments from the bros before we wrap this bad boy up? Nope. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for Joey Bag of Donuts, for the Pody, for Big Tony and Ray Worldwide, this is episode 57. We're back, motherfuckers, of the Glorious House of Gainz podcast. We are signing out.